The Lord. Angelica dicta de levantur nostra dicta. So, in front of the question of Peter already is interesting. He might feel already very merciful, saying until 7 times, because for the Jewish tradition that was already a lot, forgiving 7 times. And Jesus said, no, now it's different. Now it's without limits. You should forgive always. The standard is higher with Christianity. The moral standard. Why? Because we have a huge blessing, a huge gift of the indwelling of the Holy Trinity with us. Not only a perfect example, which is Jesus, but also God inside. So now that's the standard. We're not going to do it alone. It's with the power of God. And then he puts this example of how God is forgiving us permanently. The kindness, the mercy, the sweetness of God with us. That is a source of inspiration. That is a source of energy for us to forgive others. So I think God is putting our attention, asking us to put our attention on how sweet, forgiven, kind is God with us, with each one of us. How has He forgiven us so many times? With such, sometimes pain in His heart, because every time we are ungrateful or sin, we wound the heart of Jesus. But again, He's always open to welcome us. It's also important to ask ourselves why it is difficult for us to forgive others. In the class we had on Sunday about anger, we were talking about the capital sins, and about anger we saw that the origin of anger is a frustration. That like a pressure pot, we are accumulating desires that have been unsatisfied, cravings that have been unsatisfied, and we accumulate frustration. And if we don't process that with God or open it with others in a way that we can be healed and be delivered from that, we sooner or later are going to end in an explosion of anger, something that is harmful and destructive for others and for ourselves. Always when we hate, when we hold grudges, the person who is poisoned and contaminated is first of all the one who is hating. So we're not fixing anything when we give a freedom to that. When we allow our anger to be expressed or to hold it, we're destroying ourselves. The answer, go to the kindness and mercy of God, receive that sweetness, that meekness of God with you, and let piety grow. Let the sweetness of God grow and beat and overcome any bitterness.